it looks like we may be having a bit of an issue. Looks like we found another problem here.
What's up YouTube? It is your boy Lopes and welcome back to another video, and today we are actually working on the EP3 Type R. We are getting it ready for the good weather. Today's a beautiful day and inspired me to get things done on it so that when the weather comes around it's gonna be ready to drive. One of the main issues on the car is the transmission mount is broken, and they're Hasport ones and it's just a bushing, so we're going to be replacing it with these guys right here, and we'll be doing that, and then I will show you what else I have for the EP3. I have a few other little mods coming in. Before we get into the video, I want to say thank you so much for 780 Apparel for sponsoring this video. If you want to grab one of their awesome Champion line sweater, down below I have the link, and if you want a percentage off, use the discount code Chris Lopes. You get 10% off. For every order, they are planting a tree, and I think it's really, really important. This brand's really cool because they're trying to mash streetwear with environmental needs and can't say no to planting some trees. So every order, they actually plant a tree, and they'll be getting some footage of that soon. But once again, if you need the discount code, it is Chris Lopes and get 10% off. And if you got one, make sure to take a picture and tag 780 crew and tag myself as well. I would love to check it out. Let's get into the video and I'm showing you exactly what we're replacing. This is the engine bay of the EP3 Type R. This is the guy that is broken and causing a lot of like rock when we're driving, and it's causing these little knocking noises, and we're going to be replacing this. We'll have to remove the battery most likely to get to some of these bolts here. It should be a pretty easy install. The most difficult part will be pushing that bushing out and putting the new one in. This should be one of the easier installs, and yeah, I'm excited to get that done. As you guys saw, I got the valve cover, which is right here, and I'm excited to actually get this onto the car because this is gonna look so good. It's gonna pop the engine bay. And honestly, down below, if you guys have any ideas how to clean up this bay a little better, that's not my expertise. I would like to make this bay a little cleaner, make it a show worthy. So if you have any ideas or any videos or anything, let me know down below or DM me on Instagram. I'd really appreciate it. We're gonna do valve cover, do all that, and then the fuel rail, and then eventually this will get replaced hopefully with a turbo setup or a supercharged setup like through the manifold. But as for now, we're going to try doing what we can to clean it up. I would like a nice strut bar coming across, something nice and polished. And yeah, slowly but surely we're going to get this to very show bay worthy. And that is something that I've never had on the channel, and I'm excited to do that. So for this episode, we're just going to tackle the mounts and the problems that we have, and I'll show you some other little things that we have for the car that we'll be putting on in future videos. So the first step, we are going to jack the car up, and then we're going to use the jack, and we're going to put a piece of wood to support the transmission and the housing there. You don't want to put any unnecessary tension, and it'll give you the leverage you need to take out the bolts. So we're going to do that now, and we'll lift the EP3 up, and then yeah, we'll get into it. Should be a decently easy video. But it all depends how that bushing comes out. The cool thing is I'm not driving this, so even if something doesn't work out, I'll have it parked here and I'll figure it out within due time. And yeah, let's go. So now the car is jacked up. We are going to use the jack, and we're going to put a piece of 2x4, some type of wood, and we're going to support the transmission. We're not going to go, when you're doing it, do not go crazy and really bring it up. You just want to keep it snug so when you take the bolt out, transmission doesn't drop, it stays supported on there. So find a good mounting point and do that. I'm going to do that right now. What you're going to do is basically do that, and then you're going to put it underneath the transmission, and you're just going to support the transmission so then when you drop it, it does not fall, it does not break anything. So it's simple as that, just a piece of wood. Find a good mounting point for it and just do that. Now we have a lot more room to access it. So like I said, we're gonna take this whole mount out here. So we're gonna remove this bolt, and these two back here. If you guys can see, I'll brighten it up a little bit. 1 and 2, and then we'll see if it'll just come out easily. If not, we'll probably just remove the whole mount as well. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm excited to fix this car, and I'm excited to start really working on it. So you want to grab your biggest ratchet, and what I'm going to start with is this bolt actually here, and then I'm going to work my way around and try releasing it. So wish me luck. Hopefully not as tight as I think they're gonna be, and they definitely are. There we go, broke it free. All right, so now we're gonna tackle these bolts here. Just a bit of advice, if you're using a long extension like I am, make sure that the socket is flat and you do not go on an angle, because you might strip the bolt, and that would be the worst case scenario. I'm going to attempt to do this by hand. If not, I'm gonna try to get the ratchet gun in there and okay, one. Beautiful. One's loose. I'm sorry if my hand's in the way. This is trying the best view I can get you guys right now. Okay. 2 is loose. And let's go to number 3 here. And all of them are loose. So I've taken all 3 bolts out. There are 3 different sizes, so remember which size goes where. So what I did, I placed it down in the exact order that I took them out. I believe it's the longest is here, the medium, and the shortest there. So now to remove this, we just got to mess around with it a little bit, and you got to basically flip it upwards to clear your lines here. Push it up and then flip, and there we go. So we've gotten this out, and as you can see, the bushing is completely shredded on this side, and this is what's causing a lot of knock as I'm taking off first. We're going to push these out with the clamp we have over there and put the new ones in, install it, and then we'll go for a little drive and we'll see if it actually feels better. And I guess it'll be the first drive you guys will actually see in the EP3 as well. I can't go too far, I'm just going to stick around my block over here, but I'm excited to drive it, so stay tuned to the end so you can see how it is driving right-hand drive and a couple of my first reactions to driving it as well. But yeah, let's get into this. This looks like it's actually coming out easier than I thought. What I'm going to try doing, so these are 2 separate, so I'm going to try pushing this one through, because this one is kind of mashed up and looks like it could probably fit through, and I'm going to just try hitting it. I'm going to try hit it with a screwdriver and a hammer, just try pushing it through. I may mount this onto the C-clamp like this, but I kind of don't want to scratch up this, so I'm going to try doing it without it. Yeah, it looks like it's moving. And I'm just using a Robertson and just lightly tapping it and just using my forearm to kind of hold it in place. It is coming out slowly. And there we go. We got the first one out. So you're going to have to reuse this, so make sure you keep it, and you're just going to push it out. And then now the other one, as you can see, is complete. It's kind of stuck in here. So we'll just work the way outwards, and there we go. It should be out just about now. Beautiful. So as you guys can see, this is the old ones and these are the new ones. Excited to get these in. These look like they were aftermarket as well. It says Zhuhong 65A. We're going to Hasport, so I guess Zhuhong or Xuzhong didn't do very well. So this is when we might need the press. So you're going to install this back onto here, and you can see the markings actually, and then we're going to push this into here and push that into there. Now if you see, it is flush all the way around and on this side as well, and the little tube in there, not sure exactly what it's called, is pretty even out. So I think we should be okay. As soon as I might just tap this down just a little bit, just so it's a little further over here, because as you can see there's a bit. That was definitely a lot easier than I assumed it would be. I thought taking out those bushings would be so hard and they'd be really stuck, but they weren't. I was kind of amazed to know that they were aftermarket bushings and they weren't Hasport, because the metal part is, like the actual mount itself is from Hasport, but the bushings weren't. So I guess now we're teaming it up perfectly. The hard part now is going to be aligning that bolt. Hopefully it gets in quite easily. We're going to work on that right now. We're going to put it back in, and like I said, we're going to go for a drive. It'll be the first drive you guys actually see of me in the EP3 and me driving right-hand drive. It is a little, I guess it's not a little rusty, it's really rusty, because I haven't really driven it. I've driven this maybe twice, and that was both off camera. One was just test driving the actual car itself, and the other was just around this block over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill up the tires. They're a little low, and then we're going to do a little drive around the block. Remember, I cannot go on the road yet, so let's get into reinstalling this. I'm super happy that I'm actually working on the EP3. Some of you guys, I know I've got comments saying that, you know, oh, you should have kept the CSX. I know, I understand. I get it, it's a beautiful car, but I'm super excited working on this. I really am, and hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am. It's a right-hand drive Type R, like, come on. So let's get to reinstalling it. Sorry for the little blabbing. Just expressing myself to you guys, so let's get it. I wonder if we can put it in differently. This line here has got, we gotta go underneath this line here. And, okay, yeah. That was a lot better than I thought it would be, definitely. So try lining your holes here. What I'm gonna try doing first is I'm gonna try put this bolt in here first and make sure it's aligned, then we're gonna bolt all of these down. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we ended up shifting the transmission just a bit. Now everything's lining up perfectly, and we're just going to tighten this up, and we're almost done. So I'm just going to pause this here just because you guys don't need to see me tighten 4 bolts. We'll just tighten the 3 bolts here, push this back in, put the nut, tighten it, then I'll drop it down, and then we'll go for a little drive.
Supposedly there was no problems, but it looks like we have some type of leak coming from the transmission, and that is not good because that looks like a big leak right there, and it does look fresh. So this is something I'm gonna have to take a look into. As you can see, it's all soaked underneath there, and that's not good. But with old cars come problems. You can fix them up, maintain them. Hopefully it's not an expensive fix, but I'll have to reach out to a few people to figure out exactly what probably the issue is. But the car does drive fine. Hopefully it's not the whole transmission. It just looks like maybe the housing is leaking a bit or something within there. I'll have to try figuring that out sooner than later, but I think I need the car on the road first because it still drives fine, and once it's registered on the road, and then we'll probably fix that issue. Alright, so the car's all done. We're gonna go for a drive, and this is gonna be the first drive we actually capture on video as well. Alexander's gonna hold the camera. I'm not gonna set up my whole tripod and mounting gear stuff in there. But yeah, I'm excited to drive. I'm really hoping that this is gonna fix that issue I was having. It kind of just stuttered a little bit in first gear when you're trying to come out and you had a lot of engine knock. So I'm assuming it's gonna be that, not engine knock, engine rock. And yeah, it's gonna be Alexander's, she was laughing at me. It's gonna be Alexander's first drive in it too.
Hey.
Come on over. This car is so sick. Oh, 1 second. We got a lot of noise going on. This car is so sick. I'm back in it and I'm excited. I am so excited. I lost this feeling with the CSX, so I'm so excited to get back into it. We're gonna let the car warm up for a bit and then we're gonna get into the drive. But Alexander, come on in. First reaction, just sitting in the car, I can tell definitely that mount was the issue. The car is a lot more stiffer and it's vibrating a bit more. So the car does feel definitely a lot better, even when I was reversing. You saw how bad that mount is. It was literally ripped to pieces. And yeah, so pretty cool. The car, I'm gonna give it maybe another minute or two to warm up, and we're just gonna go for a little drive. Probably won't pass second to third gear. I'll go in third if I really have to, but then you can get an idea of how the car drives and how it sounds. And yeah, and I can't wait to get this car on the road. It's so cool. I feel so cool. It's such a trip. I don't know why I reached this way to grab the seatbelt, because I feel like I'm driving and it's always on the left-hand side. What's trippy about this too, why are you laughing at me? What's trippy about this too is the turn signals, and usually you would signal with your left hand here, but it's on the right-hand side, so that trips me out a little bit too. It's gonna be a lot of getting used to, but at least you guys get to see a bit of a drive. So let's get the seatbelt on the right side, even though it always is on the right side, but as a driver it's on the left. Buckle up and turn to reverse, and let's see how this thing drives. It sounds pretty good actually for what it is. Oh yeah, that was definitely the issue. This has a upgraded clutch. bouncy, but definitely that helped with the issue there. My God, the car, like, it just wants to go. That's pretty cool. Like, I'm just touching the gas and this thing's like moving like crazy. Yeah, that was the issue. The car's driving so much better already. But I think the car's still a little cold. We're driving it lightly. Second gear, third gear. See, it's not too bad. Go back down to second. I'm not gonna maybe I'll rough match a little bit. This clutch is a trip because the 10 gen clutch is very, very high, and this is very, very low. But like, I'm just on and off gas, and you can feel the car just jerk a little bit. I'm wondering if it's because it's cold or just what it is. So stop sign here. You know, back to first, go around the block. Will I make this turn? That's a trippy part too, driving right-hand drive, is turning. Let's go. The left-hand turns are probably the hardest thing to position yourself because it is a little different, but the car's driving so much better with the mount. It is absolutely fantastic. Oh man. See, it's not too hard to drive. I'll be honest, it's one thing to drive it, and I guess one thing to race it, to actually like rip it, but the car definitely wants to go. It is doing good for what it is. It's vibrating because of these mounts, obviously, but this is so cool. And just so we can get it to fourth, even though we don't need to be in fourth in here, we can go back second. I know we're just driving in circles, but this is what I'm legally allowed to do at the moment. But it's so cool. I'm really enjoying driving this car. I can't wait to get on the street and get people's reaction of right-hand drive. Even a couple of my neighbors look at me and they see me on the right-hand side, and they're like wondering what the hell is going on. This car's driving so much better, and it's so cool. It is badass. It's so cool. I can't wait to get it. It's gonna snow this week. Shit, man. We are getting there. We are getting there. Today's like 10 degrees, so this is why I decided to do this. This is, oh man, this is so cool. This is so cool. I guess this was fitting, leaving off and finishing off in the car. We're gonna get many more of these. It's so cool to be in here on the right-hand drive side as Alexandra records on the left. It's so, I know, to some of you guys, it's probably nothing. To me, it's cool. It's a new experience. So I'm happy to share it with you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If, like I said, you want to check out some 780 merch, down below we'll have my discount code and the website link. Go check them out and buy a sweater. But aside from that, I just want to say thank you so much. I love you guys. Remember, do it once, do it right. Like, comment, and make sure to subscribe. Peace out. Later.
These niggas always talking on the low. Bitch, why you dancing? Bitch, why you dancing? These bands in my pocket, they overflowing. This what you're missing. See, this what you're missing.